I'm making this video to show you how you can make an assignment and then pass it out to distribute it to your students so that they can complete it. Here is my Teams channel, and I am here in General Channel. I'm going to come up here to Class Notebook, click on that, and it is opening up. This is the introductory window, and it always pops up with this. I think we can delete this. I just haven't done it. But I left it here just so that you can see the definitions of the content library and collaboration space and the student notebooks. So the student notebooks is between you and the student. The content library is a place where you can put documents or handouts or files that the students can only read. They cannot edit it. Collaboration space is a place where you can put files that you want students to edit. So a good place to put our assignments that we want students to complete would be in the collaboration space. You come here to this arrow, you click here. Now there's a lot of features here, but I'm not going to talk about all of them, just the ones that are relevant to this assignment for us. And then you can play with it and figure out its other features at another time. So here you have your welcome tab, your collaboration space, your content library, your teacher only. These three sections here, and I'm going to call it a section because that's what Teams calls it down here. These three sections here are for the teacher to use and to edit. I would suggest using the collaboration space if you are making an assignment that you want to send out to your students and have them complete it. So I'm going to come here and click on collaboration space. And it's going to take me to its section, and you're going to see there are two sections in collaboration space, math work and meetings channel. If you just right click on this one, or whichever one that you want to, you can easily delete it. And if you do delete it and you want to put a new one in, you just come down here and you just click on section, okay? So I don't want to delete it. I'm going to go into math work because I want to create a math assignment for my students. As you can see, I've already made some here. And here, this is Teams' way of giving you information about how to use this. And you can just delete it when you're ready. I just left it, but you can certainly delete it to clean up your window. I'm going to come here and I'm going to put add a page. And this is the title. So, show addition number 6. I'm going to call it show addition number 6. You can call it anything you want. And I'm just going to click on it anywhere because wherever you click, that's where the cursor pops up. That's where you're going to start writing. And if you start writing there, you can always move it back. So I'm going to start writing here. I'm going to write, draw a picture to show 3 plus 1, period. And I want to move it. Let me move it. Let's move it up to here. And I want to line it up. You can put it anywhere you want. I'm just going to line it up there. And I'm going to change the font size, something a little bigger, 16. Okay, and then there's my other text box there. And remember, you can just start writing anywhere. So I'm going to start writing here. Write an equation. Write another equation that shows addition. And I'm going to make this one also. I just did a quick right click to make this little menu here pop up. 14 font point. I'm also going to make it, I don't know, purple. Okay, so there it is. And now I can also draw too. If you wanted to draw, you can come up here to draw. If you wanted to draw a triangle to better illustrate your work, you can. And once you finish drawing though, you have to make sure to click on this tool, this key here, to tell Teams that you don't want to draw anymore. So I'm going to click on that. And then you can also insert pictures. Insert picture, and you can insert a picture from your phone or from your laptop, which would be from file, or an online picture. You can insert a document that you have on your laptop. Okay, and you can insert tables if you like to use those features. You can even insert an emoji. Okay, so I'm not going to do all of that. I'm just going to keep it simple here. Okay, so I'm going to say that I'm done. And I'm going to click on my arrow here. As you can see, show addition number 6 is here. So I'm done, and that's all I have to do. Now I'm going to come up here to assignments. There's more than one way to create an assignment and disperse it out to your students, but this is the way that I'm going to suggest that we do it at this time. You can play with it and you're going to maybe you find the other way to do it. It's up to you. But for now, I think this is the way that we should do it. So I'm going to come here to assignments. I'm going to click create an assignment. Title it whatever you want. Keep it simple. I'm going to call it the same thing. Show addition number 6. You can put instructions here. Read carefully and use the draw tool or when the question asks you to model. Then you have to click on Add Resources. And Add Resources is where you tell Teams that you want it to pull the assignment from Class Notebook. So OneDrive option is open for you, and a link is also here too if you want the students to look at a website. I'm going to click on Class Notebook. And yours is probably going to look a little different from me. Where was it? It was in Collaboration Space. That's where I had it. And it was not, it wasn't using the Collaboration Space. It was not in Meeting Channel Notes, and there it is. Show edition number 6. So I'm going to click on that and attach. Now, where do I want Teams to put that assignment? Right now, my students each have 2 tabs. They have one tab for classwork and one tab for homework. You can easily set that from the other screen so that your students only have 1 tab. It's up to you. Teams will give you 4 tabs, and you'll have to delete the ones that you don't want. So here we go. My assignment is here. My instructions are here. And I'm going to come down here and set the points if I want to. I'm going to set the date that is due, the time that is due, and all students. If I want the assignment to go out to all my students, I click all my students. Today I don't. I just wanted to go to my one student whose account that I've been practicing with. And so I'm going to, once you click on that, it's going to show you the names of all the kids in your class, and that student whose account I've been practicing with is Jace. He is actually moved, but he's still on my roster, which is why I felt it was okay to use his account. He has moved and he's still on my roster. So I've been using Jace's account for practice. I'm going to click on his name. And then I'm just going to click back here and it disappears. Okay, and now I'm going to assign it. And it's going to send out the assignment just to Jace. So you can see I've been practicing. Assignment 1, I sent out to 1 student. 1 student, 1 student. I sent it out to 1 student and 1 student turned it in, and I have not yet reviewed it. And this is the one I'm sending out now. So that's it. I'm all done. Don't click create again. And now what I'm going to show you to do is I'm going to show you how to check to see if it went out to that 1 student. You can choose one of the students. If you send out the assignment to all your kids, you can choose one of your students whose account to go back into and go check it. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and you can do it without a student laptop. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to open up a new window in Microsoft Explorer. If you use Explorer, you're going to have to open up an in private window. If you use Google, you have to open up an incognito window. The reason you have to use in private and incognito is so that you can get that option for a username and password. The browser has memory, so if you always log into Teams as yourself, it's going to remember to always use your username and password. So if you're checking one of your students' account to see if the assignment went out to your class, then you need to make sure you open up an in private window in Explorer or incognito window if you are in Google. So since I'm in Explorer, I'm going to use the in private window, and it's going to look like this when you open it. And what you do is you come up here to office.com, type that into the URL. You're going to sign in, but not as you. You're going to sign in as your student. Again, I'm going to use Jace's account because he moved, and he's in a different district. So he's not going to need his Fresno Unified account. Just like the kids will type it, fresnou.org, click next. By the way, this is the way that the district video tells our students to get into Teams, and the password. So if your students don't have a laptop or tablet that already has Teams on it, then they would go to their browser and get to Teams this way. All right, so I'm not going to stay signed in. I don't want it to remember Jace's username or password. Okay, and it says, good afternoon, Jace. This is what it looks like. in the beginning when you haven't really been using it for a lot of things. You can see Jace has access to all of these apps here, but Teams is the one I want. So I'm going to click on Teams. It's taking a little bit of time here to open up. Now remember, this is just one way that you can check to see if the assignment that you created and sent out to all your students was sent out and if they received it and what it's going to look like on their end if they have a laptop like you. If they don't have a laptop like you and they're using their tablet, then it's going to look a little different. It's not going to look like this exactly. Okay, so here I am, and this is Jace's screen. You can see that my class is right here. This is, and then you can see activities got a 1 by it, and assignments has a red dot by it too. So that tells me that he probably received the assignment already. So I'm going to click on activity. Activity is one way that you can direct your students for how to get to the assignment. Activity will just list the most recent thing that happened on Teams while that student was away. So you can see here, Mrs. Yichaw's class, show addition number 6, due August 23rd. This was the most recent thing that I sent to them, and it pops up here in activity. And they can just click on here in this box and start working on it. Or they can go to their assignments and click on that and click on next, click the right class and click next. And there is the assignment, show addition number 6, so they can click on this too. So now this is a way that you can confirm whether or not the assignment you created went out to your students. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. And I do want to mention that they can open up the assignment and they can start editing it and doing and putting marks in it and drawing pictures and writing the equations. All the changes that they make, you can see it. But they do have to click on turn in when they're all done so that it will officially turn it in to you, and then it will disappear from their window. Never mind, I think that's what happens, but I can't say for sure. All right, so here's the assignment the way I sent it out. I had drawn a triangle here for him, and he's going to start working on it. And if he's not ready to turn it in, that's okay. He'll just click close. And when he is ready to turn it in, he'll click turn in. Okay, so that is Jace's account. I'm going to tap here and log out. I don't want to stay logged into his account. I want to sign out. All right, so that's it. That's how I'm suggesting that we make assignments, disperse it out to our students, and then I showed you a way that you can check a student account to make sure that the assignment went out to them.